Bistrik Tower, or Bistrik Kula, should be over in this direction, along the mountain here. Just in greenery like this, landmines were strewn across the landscape. 10% of the country of Bosnia and Herzegovina is still covered in landmines. 10%. We are coming to a clearing here, and here we go. You can actually still see bullet holes. Need to fall through that. Observatory building was obviously very heavily damaged during the siege. Precarious staircase up to nowhere here. Just notice the staircase there. Leap of faith, don't fall. Good morning from Sarajevo one more time, and I've decided to venture back up in the cable car up Mount Trebevic because I'm on a mission to find Bistrik Tower. Bistrik Tower. Bistrik Tower. I'm probably butchering the pronunciation once again. You'll have to forgive that. But apparently, when I did see it, I seen something that resembled this the other day when I went up here the first time on the cable car. An abandoned fort type building on the hill overlooking Sarajevo. It looks quite treacherous. It looks in great decay and disrepair. It's been abandoned for some time, I believe. It may well have even been used during the Siege of Sarajevo. But I'm going to venture up there, follow the bobsleigh track down, and hopefully we can check it out together and see what we see. Now here, guys, you can see the different routes of Trebevic. Different walking routes, cycling routes, with their different levels of difficulty. No quad bikes, no fires, no prams. Standard stuff. We have the numbers: the mountain rescue, police, fire brigade, fire service, and the emergency services. And you have the different distances and the times that it's estimated to take to complete these different routes. But today we're going to cheat and we're going to take the cable car, cutting the hour and a half, 2 hour walk up to about 5 to 10 minutes, maybe even less than that, probably less than that. And also we'll be able to sit back in the cable car and enjoy as we ascend the mountain, and we can gaze down upon Sarajevo's beauty. So let's go and get a ticket, and I'll catch up with you when I'm on the cable car. Well, we made it, guys. Up we go. And this ticket, a return ticket, 30 mark, which is roughly 15 euros. And a one-way ticket is 20 mark, about 10 euros. So to be honest with you, it's maybe worth just getting a return ticket, even if you do decide just to walk back down the trail. And here we go. We're picking up speed as we ascend Mount Trebevic. Beautiful blue skies this morning. Check it out. Beautiful. Now I think I might see you where we're going to try and get to on this wee mission. Possibly not. Now, let's move over to this side. That might be it there, Bistrik Tower. Maybe, I'm not sure. Certainly looks abandoned and disused. Sheep on the hillside there. But doesn't offer much of a view, to be honest, so maybe that isn't the place that we're going for. And then there is a car nearby, so I'm not entirely sure if that belongs to maybe somebody's land or something, so maybe not that particular place, but it certainly gives you an idea of what we're going for with this place that we're looking for. Now I'm just going to pan over here. Look at this, guys. Wow. Beautiful. Well guys, we're all refreshed, we're hydrated, we're fed, and it's time to continue our journey along the bobsleigh track in search of Bistrik Kula, or Bistrik Tower. Now I was reading there while I was drinking my my water. It was an Austro-Hungarian fortress at one time, and during the 1960s it didn't serve any military purpose, so it was repurposed into an observatory, and there was two domes in which I believe that there was observatory equipment. Telescopes, yeah, that's the word we're looking for, I think. But then during the 1990s, during the siege, much of it was destroyed. And since then, due to lack of funding, apparently, walking trail, due to lack of funding, they've yet to do anything with it. So it's sat in this, the same state for about 30 odd years. So we'll check it out together and see what we find. We like a bit of discovery. That's one of the best things about going on travels, I think. Just seeing what you come across and just seeing what you see in the landscape, and if it looks interesting and if you can get to it and if it's safe to get to, then why not check it out? That's part of the fun of traveling, I think. And that's part of what I love about visiting different countries and visiting different places, learning things about the place, about the history, about the people, about the culture, different cultures. So, just consulted Google Maps while I was changing over the batteries for the GoPro, and Bistrik Tower, or Bistrik Kula, should be over in this direction. So as we walk over this treacherous 40-year-old concrete walkway, which I heard creaking as somebody else walked over it, let alone a big Scotsman like myself. Thankfully it's nice and solid now. Okay, there we go. Apparently, according to Google Maps, Bistrik Tower should be over in that direction somewhere, so we're going to walk over there for a bit and hope we don't encounter any wolves or bears. Again, someone could maybe educate me as to the wildlife that inhabit this mountain. Certainly I've heard that wolves do, but bears I'm not so sure. But anyway, as long as we don't disturb them, we should be fine. Beautiful day, sun's shining, birds are chirping. The best weather to go on an adventure like this. That's what Google Maps is saying. We are coming to a clearing here, so hopefully we can see it anytime now. And here we go. Bistrik Tower, Bistrik Kula. You can actually still see bullet holes, ricochet damage, impact damage. Two separate towers. This one on the right, I believe, is the one that dates back to the Austro-Hungarian Empire. And this one on the left, a slightly newer one. Both of which left to the landscape. Let's check out this view on this other side before we head in. Dense forest and woodland. Up there, some kind of antenna, TV tower, communications relay of some kind. Oh, there's a car here. I'm just wondering how the car got up here. Must have drove up the same track as I came up. But we're going to check out this abandoned Austro-Hungarian era fort and the observatory building, which would probably have been that one on the left, I would say. Blast damage, bullet holes, most of which destroyed during the siege, 1992 to 1995. Try the one on the left first. Looks like an old elevator shaft, potentially. Or maybe for the mechanism for moving the telescope. Now let's see if we can get up the staircase without severely injuring ourselves. Falling through a hole. Looks like an impact crater, potentially where some damage already. We're at the top. Oh, almost. Bloody hell. Careful of our footing there. Not to fall through that. Still no sign of life from whoever owns the car. Maybe they're at the top of this tower. Again, this looks like it may well have been the mechanism for turning the telescope. What's amazing is as you're approaching the peak of Mount Trebevic, you can't actually see the higher peak behind it there for different mountain. Not actually sure what the mountain's called, the one with a relay on it, but got a high one indeed. Bullet holes, blast damage. As we watch our footing around here. 3 or 4 stories up, quite high. Perfect location, vantage point for the old fort, overlooking the valley, overlooking Sarajevo, and I guess perfect position for an observatory as well. And certainly this observatory building was obviously very heavily damaged during the siege. I'm not entirely sure whether it was used by any of the forces that were besieging the city, or I guess it must have been. But certainly in a bad state. Provides an excellent view though of the city. And here we are. Treacherous, precarious staircase up to nowhere here. You can see the old wood here, screws from when the roof would have been on, maybe a platform of some kind, or the dome for the telescope. Now we're gonna take the treacherous journey back down the stairs on the loose tiles of the floor here, the staircase, and we're gonna check out the fort building and see what we see in there. Might be a bit darker in there. It doesn't look like there's much holes in the wall for natural light to enter. You can see the old turrets there. Guess this might have been platform, gun position of some kind maybe. Artillery weapon, cannon, mortar. That'd be quite a tumble if you were to place a foot long. Especially that one. So managed to enjoy the peace and quiet while we could. It really is quite an odd feeling being here, knowing that this may well have been used to fire upon the city. Very moving. But now we continue down the staircase. A lot of loose tiles. Always have to be careful. The staircase is as old and as much disrepair as this. Floor missing on this level here. Now let's see if we can check out the fort. Still no sign of life from the car, the owner of the car. Hopefully they're not in here waiting to give me a jump scare. Because the whole of Sarajevo would hear that. Shall we call out, see if anyone's here? Zdravo! Zdravo! No one calls back. This may well be one of those places that gives you a haunted vibe. And the stairs here. And the staircase leads to nowhere. So I guess you cannot get to the roof of here, I suppose. Disappointing. But we did see it from the roof of the other building there. I guess you need a ladder to get up there, or a rope. Or if you were feeling brave, you could probably climb across there. Just notice the staircase there. Leap of faith, don't fall. So I guess the idea is quite literally take a leap of faith from that bit of the stairwell to that one, and hope you don't fall. I'd say must be good 8-9 foot drop. A great place for travellers and people who like exploring abandoned places and abandoned buildings and structures, that's for sure. Check it out if you're here and if you like that sort of thing. Also offers, if you want to brave the staircase up there, it's not too bad as long as you watch your footing. You can get a decent view of Sarajevo and the surrounding hills, mountains, and if you want to brave the leap of faith, then brave the leap of faith. Just watch out for your, make sure your travel insurance covers it. And here we've seen our first sign of life in a while as we look back upon Bistrik Tower, Bistrik Kula. Check it out when you're here if you enjoy that sort of thing. Well, that was cool, guys. Those couple of guys I just passed just now, they were like mountain rangers, conservationists. I actually thought they were tourists, to be honest with you. They were carrying some stuff with them. And I was telling them, I just told them, oh, you're not far from the tower, and they told me, oh, they know, because they work in the mountain here. Very interesting. They were telling me that for a long time, just along the mountain here, just in greenery like this, landmines were strewn across the landscape, and you couldn't venture off the trail without risk of stepping on one or disturbing one. And for the most part, virtually all of them from the immediate surrounding area of Sarajevo have been cleared. However, he did say that And this one, I just find this mind-boggling. It shocked me that 10% of the country of Bosnia and Herzegovina is still covered in landmines. 10%. That's crazy. And another interesting statistic he told me was that Bosnia and Herzegovina, I don't know if he meant just in Europe, probably just in Europe I would say, maybe, I don't know if it would be worldwide, but he said that after Finland, Bosnia and Herzegovina is the second most densely forested country after Finland. And it certainly seems that way, surrounded by pine trees. And it was really interesting because that particular tree we were standing beside, being his profession, being a conservationist, being a ranger for this mountain, he told me that that particular tree dated back to the Austro-Hungarian period and was from Austria. The seedling was taken in from Vienna, outskirts of Vienna, Austria, and planted here on the mountainside of Trebevic. Fascinating. So we've reached the cable car station and we're going to make use of our return ticket and head back down to the city.